Well, hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. We've got a box from Knipex, and when they send me one in this kind of a box, it is usually a new product announcement stuff. Let's go ahead and pop this open and see what they've sent us this time. So, got a pretty good idea what this is because I'm a little bit slow getting this out. I've had this box for a little bit. They always do us such nice setups as a Knipex ambassador. And yes, we've been a Knipex ambassador now for this is the second year. I absolutely used their tools for years before getting the offer to do that, and I absolutely enjoy doing it now. But this is one of the things that they send without us asking for it. It just shows up. Really nice shipping box. You know what you got on your front porch when these show up. But here is the box inside. And yes, this is an expansion of the TwinGrip line. So let's pop this open and see how they packaged mine. That's one thing about this. As far as I know, this is the only way to get packaging like this is the ambassador kits. Maybe not. If not, let me know where you've seen this and you're able to actually order one. But this comes with all the description of it all up here. They've got a 6-inch, 8-inch, and 10-inch. The 8-inch was the original. The new ones are the 6 and the 10-inch. And these are all in the red grip handles. Oh, look at that little 6-inch pair of TwinGrips right there. Isn't that cool? Just a neat little pair of pliers. I've used these, to be honest, a lot more on my farm work than I have in anything else, really. These are friggin' handy when you're working around a barn, equipment, or on fences and stuff. They just have a head that twists up wire so well that they pretty well live there just for that purpose. The other cool thing is, if you notice, look how close together these handles are. I mean, isn't that awesome? There's just nothing to that. I don't have large hands, and I can really get a good grip in on those. There's one little peek at the inside of this before we set it off to the side. And I don't think there's anything else under that. Nope, sure isn't. So, the other pair I have of these are in Comfort Grip. Hopefully they'll have these come out in the new grips that we saw introduced just a couple of weeks ago. I'm a huge fan of those grips. But with these, you have the multi-adjustment where you can open this up like that. And you see the teeth right inside, right in here. Kind of looks like how they adjust their Cobras and everything. So you have just a push button slide right here on this side right here. Just push that in. It works that little spring lever right there. And then you can slide it to whatever size you need. And you know what the cool reason for calling it a TwinGrip is? It has front gripping ability right there. So if you need to grab a bolt or something head on up in a tight spot, or it's stripped out, any number of things, these are mighty handy. They also have these jaws that are set up with this design right here where you can actually get a bolt locked in there really easily. The grip on them, it kind of reminds me of like a Van pliers or something like that. Look inside there and see you've got straightforward grooving as well as horizontal. So whether you're gripping straight on or sideways, it's got teeth to handle it. And man, they're sharp too. Having a little tiny pair, I see that actually being super handy. I bet they have the same. Yep, they adjust right out there too. Check that out. You can adjust it out nice and wide where you can actually get pretty good little screw or bolt right there in the tip end of those. I just love handling good tools. And man, these, all of the machining inside the jaws and everything, if you can see that, I mean, it is very nice. I can get that in the light for you there. Check those teeth out that they put in those jaws. Probably can see a little better on the larger pair and open them all the way up. Check that out right there if we can get that in the light. Isn't that awesome how they do that? Just, it's sharp in every direction. So that's what I'm talking about when I use these on fences and stuff like that. I mean, you can grab that wire, spin those in your hand, and just run it down super tight. Compared to a normal pair of pliers that you would use with just horizontal gripping, when you go to spin, it doesn't really have gripping other than what force you're applying with your hand. When you have that, the grooves going forward, you can actually just run that down super well. But that is the whole little set of these new ones. Let me see if I can grab a bolt set up here, and let's see how they actually look gripping a bolt. So this is my little bolt board. I made this a long time ago. Just a little angle board offcuts I had from the saw, and I stuck a few bolt holes in it so I could actually demonstrate some stuff like this. Let me go ahead and back out one of these really big ones for this big pair. Check that out. Nice size bolt right there. Run this down and grab this and show you how that head actually grabs. So if you can see if you can see exactly how those points of that fit right into the front of those jaws, just perfectly there. So if you need to run something like that in and out, it actually has what it takes to do that just like that. Kind of a neat design, really. I've just had the one pair. I've kind of hoped they would come out with more sizes, and now, goodness, we got 250 millimeter, 150, and the original 200. So slick little set of pliers. On the small one too, man, it'll actually grip a pretty good sized little bolt just right there. Just head on, grab that, back it right out, just spin it in your hand. That's how I usually do it. I put one hand around right there at the neck, spin those right inside my hand, and they'll run out. But that's on a pretty good sized little bolt for that. See if you can see how well, look how well that actually grips that right there. Just perfectly holds a bolt head in the jaws. But what do you guys think of the twin grips? Do you guys use them quite a bit? Specific uses that you use them for? Boy, I tell you, it's amazing for twisting wire. Like, that's my thing there. But I've had a few rusted bolts on this big sliding metal barn doors and stuff like that on projects, and I've ended up breaking them out for some of that too, especially to hold one side while you're running an impact on the other side or something like that. They're just a handy little tool to have in your box. And with the way the handles are so narrow on these, the big pair are just as narrow as the small pair right there. So everything with Knipex gets the handles nice and close together like that, where you don't have difficulty holding on to them when you're actually grabbing something larger. They think all those things through so well. If you ever have an issue with a spring or something like that failing, getting hung up and getting bent, they're all replaceable. So it doesn't get much better than Knipex. What do you guys think of those? Let me know in the comments down there. Thank you guys for being here. I'll have KC Tool links down below where you can find these. If I can find them on Amazon or anywhere else, I'll link those places for you also. But I'm ready to see these in the new grip design. But this is an awesome addition to the Knipex collection. And you know, I have a small collection at this point. See you guys on the next one.